Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you all enjoyed my previous video. In case if you haven't watched my previous video, don't forget to check it out using the link given in the description below. In today's video, we are going to learn about types of friction. Before learning, uh, we'll understand what friction is. Friction is the force that resists motion when the surface of one object comes in contact with the surface of another. Let me add on that this force of friction enables us to do various daily activities like writing, walking, running, driving, and so on. Let's see what are the types of friction. There are five types of friction. They are dry friction, static friction, kinetic friction, sliding friction, rolling friction, and finally our fluid friction. Let's see what dry friction is. Dry friction describes the reaction between two solid bodies in contact when they are in motion when on ground. Let me explain it with an example. If you have a wooden block like this in the ground and you want to move it from this place to this place, so you will apply force towards the right hand side of the block to move it here. So these both the wooden block and the ground are solids, and the friction acting between the block and the ground is called our dry friction. It's called dry friction because there is no fluid acting between them. These are only solids. So that's why it's called dry friction. Now let's move on. Now let's know about the static friction. Static friction is a force that keeps an object at rest. The friction experienced when individuals try to move a stationary object on a surface without actually triggering any relative motion between the body and the surface which it is on. Again, let me explain it with the example. If you have a ball on the ground, it's not moving, it's at rest, it's completely at rest, and it does not move until an external force acts on it. For example, if a boy comes and kicks the ball only, the ball will start moving. Till then, if it is left undisturbed, it will not move. It will be at complete rest. So, the force of friction which helps the ball be at rest is called a static friction. And let me give you another example. If there is a book on a table and it's left undisturbed, it will never move on its own. Until if you come and take the book, move the book aside, it will never move. So the book stays on the table as it is. The force which keeps the book stay as it is called our static friction. So static friction is always acted when the object is on rest. It helps to keep the object on rest. You have to always remember that. Now let's learn about kinetic friction. Kinetic friction is defined as a force that acts between moving surfaces. A body moving on the surface experiences a force in the opposite direction of its movement. So we can remember kinetic friction as um, if a object is moving, the friction which is act on it is called kinetic friction. Uh, we'll take the example of the block itself. So we always know that if the block is moving on this side, the friction acting upon the block is always be the opposite. So this will be the force of friction. It's the direction of the friction. Now let's move on. So sliding friction. Sliding friction as the resistance created by any two objects when sliding against each other. So this sliding friction is uh, acted only when the object is sliding on each other. This friction is also known as kinetic friction. So sliding friction is also known as kinetic friction. It's very important and is defined as the force that is needed to keep a surface sliding along another surface. Let me explain it with an example. Imagine you're on a playground when you were young and you always used to play on this object called a slide. So in case it is starting and you will slide and come here. So the friction acting between your body and the slide is called sliding friction. You may ask that slide is also a solid and we are also a solid. Why not dry friction is used? So let me explain you that we always walk, run, etc. We don't slide on the road or something else. So this sliding friction only acts on highly polished surfaces. Remember, the sliding friction always acts on highly polished surfaces like slides. So we always used to slide on the surface of the slide, and we will not walk, and we will not be able to walk on the surface of the slide. So this is where sliding friction comes into action. So remember, there's not dry friction acting between you and slide. Instead, it's sliding friction acting between the body and the slide. Now let's move on. Rolling friction. The force resisting the motion of a rolling body on a surface is known as rolling friction or rolling resistance. So rolling friction is also called as rolling resistance. It's very, very important. Always remember it. Now let me explain this also with an example. So when you always travel, you carry your travel bag. Uh, in this case, we'll consider it to be a rolling travel bag. It will look something like this. We have a handle over here and four wheels attached to it. Yeah, excuse my drawing. So I'm just giving it for an example. So this is your travel bag. So you will always not carry the travel bag. Instead, you roll the travel bag on the surface of the ground. So this force of friction always acts between the wheel wheel of the travel bag. The friction always acts between the wheel of the bag and the surface of the ground. The full bag does not uh, express or feel the force of friction. It always acts on the wheel and the ground, and that's why rolling friction. So the only the part of the tire which rolls experiences this rolling friction. Let me tell you that rolling friction is the le- rolling friction is lesser than sliding friction, and it is lesser than the static friction. Static friction is always greater, and rolling friction is always the least expresses the least amount of friction. And let's move on to our fluid friction. Fluid friction is a force that obstructs the flow of the fluid. It is a situation where the fluid provides resistance between the two surfaces. Let me tell you that fluid is always divided into two parts, which is air and our water. So air and water together is called fluid. So what are the transports which we use in air? The transports like aeroplanes and helicopters are used to travel through air, whereas in water we use ships and boats, etc. So the friction acting between the air and the friction acting between the air and the surface of the transport is called fluid friction. Same in case with water. So the friction between the water and the surface of ship or boat is called fluid friction. In air and water together is called has experiences fluid friction. And other name of fluid friction is very, very important. Always remember that. The other name of fluid friction is called the drag of fluid. It's the other name of a fluid friction. Let me write you in the clear slide. So Other name of fluid friction is drag of fluid. Let me highlight it. The drag of fluid. Always remember that. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you will be the first one to watch newly posted videos like this. Tata, bye bye, guys. Let's meet in the next